Good evening, viewers. Welcome to the news. Before we begin, first the headlines. Albinush R. Marak resigns as the Chief Executive Member of GHADC ahead no confidence motion. Dharmonath Sangma elected new chief in special session. Curfew extended in West Garo Hills and peace crusade continues as situation normalizes in Tripura. Severe storm with heavy rain and strong winds leaves 139 houses damaged in Ranikor area, with Nongkulang being the worst hit. Hundreds join FKJ GP rally in Nongstoin demanding immediate settlement of Langpi boundary issue. The news in detail. First, the local news. Albinush R. Marak resigned as Chief Executive Member of the Garo Hills Autonomous District Council on Monday, hours before a special session scheduled to discuss a no-confidence motion against him. The motion was backed by 21 MDCs who had submitted a petition to Governor C.H. Vijay Shankar claiming that Marak had lost majority support. Following the resignation, Dharmonath C.H. Sangma, MDC from Naguapara, was elected as the new CEM. The special session at the District Council Hall will now focus on forming a new executive committee. The situation in West Garo Hills remained peaceful today with no untoward incidents reported. As a precaution, curfew has been extended from 6 a.m. on 16 March to 6 a.m. on 17 March 2026, with a 12-hour relaxation from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. on 16 March to allow normal activities. Educational institutions, offices and banks will function during the relaxation period. Meanwhile, the Peace Crusade, led by church leaders, continued for the fourth day with a prayer service at Chanmari Playground in Tripura. Security forces remain deployed as authorities monitor the situation. A hailstorm accompanied by heavy rain and strong winds early on 15 March damaged around 139 houses in several villages under Ranikor Civil Subdivision. Fortunately, no casualties were reported. Preliminary reports indicate that Nongkulang was the worst affected, with over 118 houses damaged, impacting around 700 to 800 residents. Other affected villages include Thatteja, Pormaudar and New Moilam. Officials from the Ranikor CNRD block are conducting a detailed damage assessment, though communication remains difficult due to network issues. The Meghalaya State Legal Services Authority, in collaboration with the Department of Justice, Government of India and the High Court of Meghalaya organized a one-day seminar on mediation, concepts and techniques at the High Court Auditorium in Shillong. Chief Justice Revati Mohite Dere highlighted mediation as a faster, cost-effective and less confrontational method of dispute resolution, helping restore relationships and reduce court litigation. Justice H.S. Thankyu also stressed the importance of mediation in strengthening the justice delivery system. The program included a presentation by Aman Hingorani on mediation practices.
I'm extremely happy to be part of this one-day seminar on mediation, concept and techniques of mediation as part of the Mediation for the Nation drive. In today's fast-paced world, conflicts arise in various aspects of our lives. It could be at workplace, family, community, and so on. Mediation offers a constructive approach to address these issues. By bringing people together, mediation fosters dialogue, understanding, and empathy. It is the best alternative to the adversarial system of adjudication, as true strength lies not in force, but in dialogue that heals and restores the relationships between the parties. Mediation empowers parties to take control of their disputes and craft their own solutions.
Now, mediation, since we have traditional heads here also who are members of the darbars and the village councils in various localities darbars. So in Khasi, if I can just put a few words, mediation along bakamdan kejimpan kesan yaki mamla kibadan haka kamukut rumah ne haka jingale Henry kolong keke berpun sungtu dah kejemut penyusup mapiwan hatu kami tu banyak ilek penyusup but baru kindon ka kadang kawan sungha markum pilih sungha omene kadena kawan napihi ada pilih dari tu nak kata kajengnya kan apa yang disebut naswa ban poi siapa yang le yang saw kom bagi ong pilih dia le penyusup.
Concerns have been raised over the implementation of the Jal Jeevan mission in several villages of West Jaintia Hills. Leaderson Papia of the Hinyotrap Integrated Territorial Organization, HITO, has written to the Executive Engineer of the Public Health Engineering Rural Water Supply Division in Jawai seeking a joint inspection of the projects. He has also filed an RTI seeking details of project reports and the status of works in several villages to ensure transparency in the rural drinking water program.
Yang aku Sherman Barim, bolong akting rabak sang hata kapor. Lasu slot bori kata uniform, but lasu anak syawai. Klaim kono kucing tip, but klaim kono kucing khati yalang, lani klaim kono kucing ai. Klaim kono kucing saing lani kucing ekam danga. Klaim kono komiti. Henry will ong hak pok kubor ba kaniga kam lai so tho lang na kucing penya jong kit khochnong. But the kucing ya rai lang hak competition. Henry hangni ka sai ka pau sai. Bakumbolong menta kiri kibri jo kasnong kubade kit khochnong mangalai bolong sarmani kata ko umha jo por kini birdi dikho jo kasnong di member isong kata por Henry hakado ko komiti hakbede ba kata ko ngimju syafat ban ngimju urang ba stung pesno hiringi hakbede ba kede skim te hakade ka por ngini kalian kinong song nomor komjuru nakalian kaseng gitu habangila file ka RTI ngila yo ikikot kislan ke PHE office bar ke jinglap jongi ngila sem bayar ketika skim sutrai tangdep om kat kum ke sanction nak sarkar ni bahaya ko order ketika skim ser sang combine kala kot seduka saklur sanfri lak tengka Henry habangi pe ikijing trai pat ngi iba tangkum basiteng lendet kumbala 2% kata ke pisa kebat trai kata ke skim.
Education Minister Lakmin Rimboy on Monday attended the Silver Jubilee celebration of Pendeng Umyong Presbyterian High Secondary School in Mairang as the chief guest, marking the conclusion of the school's 25th anniversary celebrations by ceremonially lowering the Jubilee flag. Minister and local MLA Medba Lingdo, who attended as special guest, announced Rs 5 lakh financial assistance for the construction of a new classroom. The event also witnessed the unveiling of the foundation stone for 2 new classrooms under the CMSDF scheme, marking the opening of class 11 and 12 at the school.
Ban pemurlong, bahkan pelong yang terkeslep dihikai kebabata. Aku sampel likisnen kalian inti. Usok dan kali di kadon hok. Ban yo yang kejingsennya. Dengan kentu ya pi. Tolong disampai ke benongkom. Ban dengan kentu ya kena hikai ke ban hikai. Ya kini kisok nongkom ke 11, 12 ke jompi ya kini naik ke banduan. Long kita kena hikai. Kapadan ke mission jompi. Ba kane ke school. Kan kiu shikman. Ba kini ki kon ki jani kin yo shai ta jik start. Om tam ya jik start hakikon. Hadai ka jing tipro ya ki saudam ki sapun jangi. Ba ka jing tipro ban ya burom man kalian pat buban burom. Ya oble.
Pilih Monthly cabinet meeting, ka agenda jo ka education department donle. Nada nakapawa, nakapiludi, nagwiwi department don agenda. Education da ka way are likely agenda donle na kay minister insa yatu yakata. Balay kita ki agenda ki poy. Kadaw ka lang. Kajingdawa ya ka future jo ki kana ki. But ka agenda ka pamenta ka soka ka sim kolong. Kamtam haka bang ipekir pang ya di school ki badong sanong kendong. Takalong ko ki badong kong kabak mate. Bangin persang ban ai ya kata ka quality of education siya ki kena school sanong kendong. Ki kena nanong kendong ada minta kili interview sa Shillong. Kili interview sa Guwahati, kili interview sa Delhi. Kalau ke ba iki kitang bakit face. Ya kita ke interview.
Members of the Hinyotrep Youth Council HYC Mauthat Raishan Circle apprehended a non-local man near Mauro Markasa village along National Highway 44E on 15 March after finding his behavior suspicious. During checking, several ATM cards with different names, passbooks, checkbooks, cash and documents were recovered from the bags he was carrying. As the man could not give a clear explanation, HYC members handed him over to the police at Mairang Police Station for further investigation. Hundreds of members of the Federation of Khasi, Jaintia and Garo People, FKJGP, held a rally in Nongstoin demanding the government resolve the boundary issue at Langpi and other border areas. The rally, organized by the FKJGP West Khasi Hills unit, began from Upper New Nongstoin and ended with a public meeting at New Nongstoin Market Complex. Speakers said residents in border areas continue to face difficulties due to unresolved boundary between Meghalaya and Assam.
Nama Jepang jadi sitong je kepada personal di Indo sampai kapur. Jadi kat PhD berempok, penumpang silong berempok, korban master Jepang Malaysia, Jepang kejumlah terdekat ke sini. Dan ada santuan di Islam Melaya. Ini isu border hadut antara dengan kendek dan kapor. Kinoilan sing mana berapa kali kiloan. Hari ini hadut antara jadi sokong kepala bertembak. Hangin yang kena ini no, nyumpan berbanyak ini no. Nilai tampan orang kesudia, jadi kejagaan ini. Berpadan lebih, dipandang personal dengan time discussions. Berayam ini, ketika dia berkumpul. Yang jadi dipandang pemerintah kita itu, pemerintah kapal kejong ini. Dan bagi, bila IT pakai partai kebesaran, kum kejong jemaah, kum berkalong support pemerintah.
The Department of Fisheries Government of Meghalaya has launched a residential training program for fish farmers of Ribhoi district to boost fish production in the state. The training being held at the Meghalaya State Fisheries Research and Training Institute in Maupon will run until 30th April with support from the Meghalaya State Skills Development Society. The inaugural session was attended by Raja Brahma, the Project Director, DRDA Ribhoi District. Officials urged participants to make full use of the program to strengthen fish farming and help reduce the state's dependence on fish imports.
The Training Institute, hakani the training program kebasan sini, min a ya ke jing hikai halor joki modern technologies seperti kino ki lupa beri dokhan ke teman. Din dapian hakani ke institute nama kani ke diga residential training ke jangki punyo ibon ki tempat yo in kai ko shnong jangki. Dan ke biofloc farming, dan ke resegregatory agriculture system keban di dokha hati kerja ke baga yat kulun badung dan kamshu ban pelaj si pelaj keban di ke di punyo iru kuno ban ha dokha. But it been guide to conduct inside the Lord John Kuno, but then it hold it is a timpang. Lord meeting me or Canada. Namal but the training program that they can see the income to the deal on the game. But the reviews try to select for skill development but keeping your gym and toy cut room. But young Naro had lucky to Kijat a lot in the training program. The shimmy and Kabu, but can tip good, but can lead, but Dapimi nang it no Belasha and all the country of
Students and teachers of St. Xavier's College organized a cleaning drive and awareness program at Maukarwat Market to promote environmental cleanliness. Participants cleaned various corners of the market and urged shopkeepers and visitors to maintain hygiene. Students Jenny Graceful Lingdo and Stevenson Jirwa noted that garbage and plastic waste were found in several areas, particularly in canals, posing health risks to vendors and visitors. They called on the public to help keep the largest market in the district clean and ensure a healthy environment. And now the regional news. Assam Chief Electoral Officer Anurag Goel has highlighted the importance of ensuring that no voter misses casting their vote due to duty-related reasons and explained the process of vote transfer. He noted that remote polling stations exist in areas such as Majuli, Sadia, Karbi Anglong and Dima Hasao with fewer than 300 such stations across the state. Goel added that with adequate infrastructure and resources, polling parties can be deployed quickly, allowing elections in the state to be conducted in a single phase. The Assam Legislative Assembly polls will be held on 9th April with counting of votes scheduled for 4th May.
It will mean this. But at least you are getting a right to vote. You are not missing out on your vote. because of your nature of your duty. There are many remote polling stations in areas like Majuli, Sadia. There are remote polling stations in Bir Singh Jarua, Bilasipara Riverine, Jot areas. Remote polling stations in West Karbi Anglong, Dima Hasao. तो मतलब पर मैं एक चीज बताऊं, P-2 पोलिंग स्टेशन असम में 300 से ज्यादा नहीं है, उससे कम ही है. वो नंबर थोड़ा 200 कुछ है, वो चेंज हो रहा है नंबर अभी तक, लेकिन P-2 भी ज्यादा नहीं है. Once upon a time, Assam's P-2 polling station used to run into 4 figures. एकदम 6,000, 7,000, 8,000. So that is also a symbol of कि मेरा शायद रास्ता घाट इकट्ठा अच्छा हो गया, तो I am able to send polling parties fast. So that is also a part of election planning, like how we are able to tell the commission that we will be able to hold election in single phase because there is infrastructure available, there are resources available for the police personnel available. तो वो हम लोग plan कर पा रहे हैं.
Chief Minister of Tripura Manik Saha has hailed the 2026-27 state budget, terming it as a pro-people budget with higher sanctions and allocations compared to the previous financial year. He expressed confidence that the measures will accelerate development and bring visible growth to the state while ensuring no additional burden on the public. The Chief Minister also informed that the government has also decided to provide an additional 5% dearness allowance to state employees effective from 1st April, reaffirming that the government remains pro-employee.
बहुत ही अच्छा हुआ इस बार बजट 2026-27 का जो बजट पेश किया है माननीय फिनेंस मिनिस्टर श्री प्रणव जयसिंह राय. आप देखोगे लास्ट ईयर से भी काफ़ी परसेंटेज बढ़ा है इसमें इस बार. तो इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर में ज़्यादा जोर दिया है और मैं समझता हूँ जितना डिपार्टमेंट है सभी डिपार्टमेंट को वो सामने रखे हैं और सभी डिपार्टमेंट का आप देखोगे बजट में सभी जगह में परसेंटेज बढ़ा है. और आने वाले दिन हम लोग जो सोचते हैं जो एक त्रिपुरा श्रेष्ठ त्रिपुरा और 2047 हम लोग विकसित त्रिपुरा विकसित भारत का बात हम लोग कहते हैं, इसका झलक लेकिन इसमें इस बार हम लोग देखें. और बहुत ही अच्छा बजट हुआ और किसी बजट में कोई माने जनता के ऊपर कोई बोझ नहीं दिया, ये सबसे बड़ी बात है. तो इसीलिए मैं फिनेंस मिनिस्टर को मैं धन्यवाद देना चाहता हूँ, इतना अच्छा बजट उन्होंने पेश किया. डीए भी बढ़ाया, आप जानते हो ऑलरेडी.
A spell of strong winds, heavy rain and hailstorms hit several parts of Sikkim on Sunday evening, causing accidents and disruptions. At Singtam, 3 people were injured after a tree fell on their vehicle during the storm. In another incident at Rakdong Kafer, a 55-year-old woman, Kala Devi Chetri, died after a tree collapsed on her during the thunderstorm. The Indian Meteorological Department office in Gangtok has issued a weather alert warning of heavy rainfall and thunderstorms until 17 March due to a western disturbance and moisture from the Bay of Bengal. Let's now take a look at the top regional news. Taking a look at the top national news, during the 2026 budget session of Parliament of India, Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman informed the Lok Sabha that the Stand Up India scheme is being redesigned and a revised proposal will soon be placed before the cabinet. She said the scheme, launched in April 2016, ended in March last year and has been reviewed by Niti Aayog and other departments. The revamped version aims to provide greater benefits to beneficiaries, particularly SC, ST and women entrepreneurs, by facilitating bank loans ranging from rupees 10 lakh to rupees 1 crore.
Yes, this scheme was up to 31/3/2025. It was announced in the budget that it was extended, and subsequently with the extension it had to end on 31st March 2025. But let me inform the member that learning lessons from the scheme, which had run till 31 March 2025, with the studies which were done by Niti Aayog and others, this scheme is being redrafted, and sooner the cabinet will be given a proposal with which we'll launch a new scheme to continue with this stand-up which benefited SC, ST and women all over the country wherever there is a bank branch.
Union Civil Aviation Minister K. Ram Mohan Naidu informed the Rajya Sabha that over 2.19 lakh people have travelled to India amid the ongoing conflict in West Asia. He said passenger safety remains the top priority and airlines operate flights whenever airspace becomes available with 24/7 coordination with aviation regulators of the affected countries. He also added, due to airspace closures in the region, Indian carriers cancelled more than 4,300 flights, while foreign airlines cancelled over 1,100 flights.
We have had 24/7 communication with them, and whenever there was a slot available for us to operate, we have operated, sir, and I can tell you that almost 2,19,780 people have travelled during this crisis time also, and we have ensured safe operations because our DGCA, our aviation department, everyone is in thorough and collaboration with the authorities there. And right now, there are still some airspace which is still closed, and we are trying to do our best to facilitate for them. But first and foremost, the airspace has to be open. It has to be safe to travel. Only then we can have the regular travel take place.
At least 10 people were killed after a fire broke out in the trauma care unit of a hospital in Odisha early Monday. The blaze is suspected to have been caused by a short circuit, according to Chief Minister Mohan Charan Majhi. Officials said 23 patients were in the ICU and 10 of them died while being shifted to a safer area during the emergency. At least 5 others were critically injured. Authorities are investigating the incident. And now let's take a look at the top stories from around the world. Israel's ambassador to India, Reuven Azar, has dismissed rumors about the death of Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, confirming that he is alive and well. The rumors, reportedly spread by Iran's state media, circulated widely online. Netanyahu later posted a video of himself having coffee and speaking with an aide to counter the claims. Azar said the video was not AI generated and accused Iranian sources of spreading disinformation amid tensions following the 2026 Israel-Iran military escalation that began with strikes on 28 February.
Okay, so first of all, yes, Prime Minister Netanyahu is alive. I saw him personally when I was in Israel more than once. Yes, this video at the cafe is not AI fabricated. So, you know, there's a lot of disinformation. I think it derives from the fact that the Iranian side and those who are accomplices to them are trying to cover for the weakness.
Fishing activities came to a halt in Mangaluru on Monday amid a cooking gas shortage linked to the ongoing tensions involving Iran. Fishermen said the lack of LPG cylinders has made it difficult to undertake multi-day fishing trips at sea. The crisis follows disruptions near the Strait of Hormuz, a key route for global oil and gas shipments, after military tensions involving the United States and Israel. Meanwhile, 2 Indian-flagged LPG carriers, Shivalik and Nanda Devi, carrying about 92,712 metric tons of LPG crossed the strait and are heading towards India. And now for the weather report. First, let's take a look at the weather report in Tura. Minimum temperature of 17 degrees Celsius, maximum temperature of 26 degrees Celsius were recorded today. Relative humidity is 77% and rainfall 2.5 millimeter. Moving on to Shillong, minimum temperature 13 degrees Celsius and maximum temperature 20 degrees Celsius. Also, relative humidity 73% and rainfall 1 millimeter were recorded today. Meanwhile, in Jowai, minimum temperature 13 degrees Celsius, maximum temperature 18 degrees Celsius. The relative humidity is 81% and rainfall 3.1 millimeter. And the forecast in Tura, Shillong and Jowai says generally cloudy sky with moderate rain will occur at many places. Before winding up this news bulletin, let us look at the headlines once again. Albinush R. Marak resigns as the Chief Executive Member of GHADC ahead no confidence motion. Dharmonath Sangma elected new chief in special session. Curfew extended in West Garo Hills and peace crusade continues as situation normalizes in Tura. Severe storm with heavy rain and strong winds leaves 139 houses damaged in Radikor area with Nongkulang being the worst hit. Hundreds join FKJGP rally in Nongstan demanding immediate settlement of Langpi boundary issue. And that's all we have for you in this news bulletin. Until tomorrow, thank you for watching.
The Honourable Prime Minister has unleashed, along with our state government, almost